folks, how you doing? You know, I got up this morning, was making a pot of coffee, looked at the window, and it was white on the ground. What? No, not snow, but frost. And then I was thinking to myself, yesterday, the old clocks fall back an hour this weekend, for those that are aware of that, and it happens in your neck of the woods. Because not everybody's neck of the woods changes time anymore, you know. People voted and they said, no, we don't want to do that no more. And the farmer's like, but we do. We're the reason we did it. And like, yeah, but we're not farmers. Anyways, so as a result of that, I thought, hey, that's right. It's time for my yearly reminder that, especially north of the border. What border are you talking about? I don't know. Was it the 49th parallel? Sure. Let's go with that. Well, anyways, in the Great White North, about that time of year, mid-November, it starts to get cool. As it starts to get cool, we fire up the old furnaces. Furnace-eye? Yeah. Furnace-eye. Which causes a dryness in the air, which has an effect on your wood-based favorite instrument. So, what are we looking at? Things you need to check every fall. Well, sometimes you'll notice it. You go to play it and you're like, this doesn't feel quite like it felt before. Well, there's a reason for that. Stuff moves, contracts, expands. Well, it expands more with humidity in the summertime. But, what do I need to take a look at a guitar? Right? What can change in the winter? All right? So, necks can dry out, contract. As a result, truss rod may or may not need to be adjusted. I can't remember. Does it go straighter in the winter when it dries out? Or does it curve? No, I think it would probably get straighter into a back bow when it dries out. So, depending on your guitar, you either have an adjustment wheel down here, if you're lucky, because then you can just stick in anything in there, you know, well, not anything, something that, like a small screwdriver, let's just say. Well, that's not even a screwdriver. That's a terrible example. Of all that, you got a whole toolkit here, and you grab that. All right, there we go. Small screwdriver in there. Older fenders, you gotta take the damn neck off to get out a screw in there, which is stupid. If you're lucky, got a truss rod adjustment down at this end. All right, it's gonna use, if it's a Gibson, it's got its fancy little tool that you always lose. If it's an Epiphone or a lot of Fenders or other companies, they use an Allen key. So a set of Allen keys, good to have. Set of Allen keys, because you might need a little Allen keys to adjust the old saddles if it's a Fender or apparently a Music Man. If you got a two-pneumatic bridge, like on your Lester Pulfuses, well, you're going to need a slot screwdriver if it's an Epiphone to raise the action on the bridge. And you'll need a small slot screwdriver, again, to adjust the intonation screws. Well, no, they might be on that way, because the bridges don't matter which way they go on. Kind of nice that way. What else? What else do you need, Ben? Well, to check neck straightness, there's one of two ways to go about it. You either have a notched straight edge, which, you know, surprisingly, you just put right on the fretboard, and the notches go around the frets. And you got to grab the right scale. Is this Fender scale? It is Fender scale. So there we are. That's it. That's that. You can simply look and go, oh, look at that. There's a little gap. All right, it's got slight neck relief. Perfect. Another way to check neck relief. Grab your favorite capo. Capo, the first fret. Right? Get yourself a set of feel 'em up gauges. La. Grab your favorite feeler gauge. Let's say you like 12. All right? Put the guitar up in the playing position. Ish. Hammer on at the body joint. And you check around the 7th or 8th fret. You just slide under. Oh yeah, that's less. Anyways, see, that's how you do that. If it gets really dry, One other thing, and of course, adjusting the neck, you may need to adjust the intonation. Shouldn't have to. Adjusting the action, you may need to adjust, because it depends on how much of the action you're changing. What else? That annoying thing when wood dries out, we've discussed it already several times, contracts. Guess what doesn't contract? These metal strips that you call frets. They don't. So what do you get? Fret sprout. There is a dedicated video on this channel all about fret sprout. But how do I get rid of fret sprout? Well, how do I know I have fret sprout? Well, the first thing you do is just do this. And if you carved up your finger, grab those sharp edges, you might have fret sprout. Basically, you want it to feel smooth. You know, you want the frets flush. Don't worry if you make them flush in the winter and the wood expands again. But my frets will be too short. The strings will fall off the frets. No, they won't. Dimension's the same the whole time. If anything, your fret is going to recede ever so slightly into the edge of the fretboard that you're never playing on anyways. Why? So when you're playing this high E, you're not bending it down. You're bending towards the center. Same as you're grabbing the top one. We always bend towards the center. Yep, just let that sink in. But if you got the you got the fret sprout, what you want. All right, well, yeah, you can't read that. There, see, there's some writing right there. Well, you can see it says Fret Guru, and what it is file side, safe side, file side, safe side, rounded end. And so the idea is, see, safe side doesn't do anything to it. And you can do that. Better technique on the actual dedicated fret sprout video. However, it's the time of year. So I always recommend, if you're changing your clocks, also change the batteries in your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors, and give your guitar a once over. Make sure it's okay. It's ready for winter. We winterize our cars. We winterize our homes. Why don't you winterize your guitar? Because I live in Florida. I don't know why you're watching till this point in the video if you're from Florida. Other than to support me, I guess. I don't know. So there we are. That's it. That's that. Some tips on winter maintenance. Excuse me. Yep. Perfect. Winter care, winter prevention. Call it what you want. But winter is coming. Yep, it is. Solid frost on the ground. Still frosty out there? Nope, sun shining. Melted it off. Good. Still cold as hell out there. Anyways, I'm Ben. Please like and subscribe. Be good to each other. Cheers. Rock on. Happy tone chasing.